Original conversations used Vietnamese and English. This documentary presents every dialogue in English for international audiences.
November 14, 1965. Hundreds of American soldiers are flying directly toward one of history's most unforgiving battlefields. Every man understands this mission may become the first true test of America's Revolutionary Air Assault doctrine today. The helicopter fleet advances confidently, unaware that thousands of hidden enemy soldiers have already prepared this battlefield with precision.
Hold your fire until every helicopter lands. Patience will give us the greatest tactical advantage this morning.
Allow their first wave to land completely before striking. Distance is their strength. Proximity will become ours. The landing begins smoothly, but hidden eyes surrounding the clearing are already measuring every movement with deadly precision.
First platoon, secure the tree line immediately and establish defensive positions before additional helicopters arrive behind us.
Everything appears surprisingly quiet, yet the surrounding jungle conceal experienced soldiers waiting patiently for the perfect opportunity to attack.
Remain hidden until every squad receives the signal. No one fires before the coordinated attack begins together.
The Americans believe they have seized the initiative, but the battlefield has already been carefully designed by another commander.
The landing zone appears secure, but every passing minute allows hidden enemy forces to strengthen their carefully prepared encirclement.
Stay hidden until every assault company reports ready. Surprise will destroy their confidence before overwhelming their defenses completely. The helicopters continue delivering reinforcements, unaware that every landing increases the enemy's opportunity to isolate the first arrivals.
Expand the perimeter carefully, maintain communication, and never allow any platoon to lose supporting fire from neighboring positions.
Every helicopter, every soldier, and every defensive position is carefully recorded before the battle truly begins.
Move quickly, keep your intervals wide, and reinforce every exposed sector before the enemy finds our weaknesses today.
Machine guns, hold your fire. Every weapon opens simultaneously when the first signal reaches the entire battlefield together.
The eerie silence convinces many soldiers that the landing has succeeded, but the jungle remains dangerously alive around them. Neither army realizes this quiet moment will soon erupt into one of the fiercest battles of the Vietnam War. Across the jungle, every hidden unit receives the same instruction. The carefully planned attack is about to begin together.
Confirm every squad is ready. Strike together with absolute discipline and never expose yourselves before the signal arrives.
The defenders continue strengthening their position, believing valuable time remains before the enemy can organize a meaningful response.
Wait for the opening volley. Every machine gun must fire together and overwhelm their first reaction immediately.
Keep expanding carefully. Every arriving platoon strengthens our position and improves our ability to control this battlefield.
The distance separating both armies has nearly disappeared. Only dense jungle now prevents either side from seeing the other.
Watch every opening carefully. If movement appears, report immediately before opening fire without positive identification.
Every company reports ready! Begin exactly as planned and maintain relentless pressure until their defense collapses completely.
For a brief moment, the battlefield becomes almost silent. Both armies know that silence will not last much longer. The battle finally begins. Months of planning vanish instantly beneath the overwhelming roar of automatic weapons and disciplined soldiers. The carefully planned ambush explodes with overwhelming intensity, leaving both armies locked in an instant fight for survival.
Maintain steady fire, protect every assault squad, and never remain in one firing position for too long. Control your fire, support neighboring squads, and never let the enemy isolate any position along this perimeter.
Continue applying pressure across every sector. Prevent them from organizing a coordinated counterattack before additional helicopters arrive. Within only a few minutes, the quiet landing zone has transformed into one of the fiercest battlefields of the Vietnam War. The defenders answer with disciplined fire, but the enemy remains almost completely hidden beneath the thick tropical jungle.
Advance by teams, stay concealed beneath the grass, and never outrun the supporting fire protecting your movement forward. Enemy contact across multiple sectors, requesting immediate reinforcement and continuous helicopter support before our perimeter becomes overwhelmed completely.
Their perimeter is forming exactly as expected. Increase pressure before additional helicopter waves strengthen their defensive positions significantly.
The opening ambush has become a full-scale battle. Neither side can withdraw, and neither commander intends to surrender the initiative. Reinforce the northern sector immediately, maintain communication, and prevent the enemy from splitting our defensive perimeter apart.
Shift your firing positions carefully, maintain constant pressure, and never expose the full strength of our assault force. Even under relentless attack, every soldier continues strengthening the defensive line while keeping the entire perimeter operational.
Their landing zone remains vulnerable. Continue attacking before additional helicopters can safely deliver more combat troops into battle.
Every minute draws more soldiers into the battle, transforming Landing Zone X-Ray into the center of an increasingly desperate struggle. The attackers constantly shift their positions, making every muzzle flash disappear before American soldiers can identify its exact location.
Keep every position connected, cover your neighboring squads, and never allow gaps anywhere along our defensive perimeter today.
The command post struggles to understand the enemy's true strength, as reports arrive faster than anyone can fully analyze them.
Maintain coordination across every sector, monitor battlefield developments carefully, and keep every unit informed of changing conditions. The battle is no longer a brief ambush. It has become a relentless contest of discipline, endurance, and battlefield leadership.
The defenders still cannot see most of the enemy. Every decision must be made from instinct, discipline, and brief flashes inside the jungle.
Advance carefully beneath cover, maintain coordinated movement, and never allow their machine guns to dominate this battlefield today.
Shift your fire slightly left. Maintain overlapping coverage and protect every rifle squad across our defensive front immediately.
Expand the attack gradually, exhaust their defenders, and deny every opportunity for organized reinforcement throughout the landing zone. Both armies remain fully committed. Every passing minute transforms this isolated jungle clearing into one of the defining battles of the Vietnam War. Hidden by smoke and dense vegetation, the attackers quietly improve their positions without revealing the true size of their force.
Conserve ammunition, maintain accurate fire, and reinforce every threatened position before the enemy closes the remaining distance further.
Reinforcements are waiting overhead, but every landing now depends entirely upon the defenders holding their fragile perimeter together. Continue denying their landing zone, maintain relentless pressure, and prevent every reinforcement from reaching the battlefield safely today.
Neither commander is willing to retreat. The struggle for Landing Zone X-Ray has become a brutal contest of endurance and battlefield discipline. The attackers keep changing positions, making every American response slower and every hidden rifle increasingly difficult to locate. Advance only beneath covering fire, remain completely concealed, and never allow their defenders enough time to reorganize effectively.
Strengthen the northern line immediately, maintain overlapping fire, and prevent every enemy breakthrough before reinforcements finally arrive today.
Their defenses remain organized, increase simultaneous attacks, and force every platoon to defend multiple directions without rest continuously.
The battle has settled into a relentless rhythm, where discipline, endurance, and leadership determine whether the perimeter survives another assault.
Every hidden firing position is carefully coordinated, forcing the defenders to divide their attention across the entire battlefield.
Protect every sector together, maintain accurate fire, and never leave neighboring squads without immediate supporting fire available.
Every delayed landing leaves the defenders isolated while valuable reinforcements circle helplessly above the growing battlefield.
Maintain pressure across every approach, prevent organized reinforcement, and force their commanders into continuous defensive decisions throughout battle.
The battle has reached a deadly balance. Every minute survived strengthens the defenders, while every minute fought exhausts both armies alike.
The attackers refuse to rush forward, choosing patience and coordination instead of costly frontal assaults against prepared defenders.
Protect every advancing squad, preserve your strength, and maintain complete coordination until every objective has been secured successfully. Stay disciplined, cover every approach, and keep every machine gun firing only at confirmed enemy positions ahead.
The command post realizes the enemy is attacking from several directions at once, forcing difficult decisions every passing minute. The battle grows larger with every passing moment, yet neither commander shows any intention of surrendering the initiative or withdrawing. Every hidden movement tightens the pressure around the landing zone, gradually reducing the defenders' freedom to maneuver safely.
Watch every tree line carefully, reinforce the northern flank, and hold your positions until further instructions arrive immediately.
Every helicopter carries desperately needed reinforcements, yet reaching the battlefield has become increasingly dangerous with every passing minute.
Continue coordinated attacks everywhere, exhaust their defenders, and prevent every opportunity for organized reinforcement throughout this battle today.
The opening battle has become a relentless struggle of endurance, where leadership, discipline, and determination outweigh every technological advantage. The hidden attackers continue dictating the rhythm of the battle, forcing every defender to react instead of maneuver freely.
Maintain constant pressure, advance only under covering fire, and never expose unnecessary movement across the battlefield today. Support every neighboring position, conserve ammunition carefully, and keep the enemy from penetrating our defensive perimeter today.
Every incoming report confirms the same reality. The battle is expanding faster than anyone expected only minutes earlier.
Both commanders remain fully committed. The struggle for landing zone X-ray has become a contest of endurance, discipline, and battlefield leadership.
The attackers remain almost invisible, forcing every American rifleman to fight an enemy he can rarely see clearly.
Advance only when supporting fire protects your movement, preserve every squad, and keep complete battlefield coordination throughout this assault.
Keep every machine gun supplied, reinforce the northern sector, and report every significant enemy movement immediately without delay.
Continue coordinated pressure patiently, weaken their defensive organization, and exploit every opportunity created by battlefield confusion immediately. Neither side has gained a decisive advantage. The battle now becomes a relentless contest of endurance, discipline, and tactical determination.
Every concealed movement increases the pressure, forcing the defenders to protect every section of their shrinking battlefield simultaneously.
Maintain formation, protect every advancing squad, and never allow isolated movement to weaken our coordinated battlefield assault today. Reinforce the center immediately, maintain accurate fire, and keep every position supporting the next without interruption today.
The command post understands the battle is becoming increasingly complex, demanding rapid decisions under relentless pressure from every direction.
The struggle has reached a brutal stalemate, where discipline, coordination, and endurance matter more than overwhelming firepower alone. The attackers continue adapting to every American response, turning the dense jungle into an invisible network of deadly firing positions.
Advance together beneath covering fire, preserve every assault squad, and never surrender the initiative to the defending force today. Maintain disciplined fire, protect every neighboring position, and hold this perimeter until reinforcements can safely reach our location.
Continue coordinated attacks from every direction, stretch their defenses, and deny every opportunity for organized recovery during combat. After hours of relentless fighting, neither commander has gained a decisive advantage, yet neither side shows any willingness to yield. The battle enters a brutal rhythm, where exhausted soldiers are quietly replaced without reducing the relentless pressure on the defenders. Replace the forward squads carefully, maintain uninterrupted pressure, and continue advancing beneath disciplined supporting fire from every direction. Rotate the front line carefully, maintain continuous fire, and never leave any defensive position temporarily uncovered during combat.
Every new report confirms the same reality. Holding the perimeter now depends upon discipline, coordination, and precious remaining ammunition.
Both armies continue feeding determination into the battlefield, knowing that neither side can afford to surrender the initiative now. Neither side can clearly see the other. The battle is increasingly fought through sound, instinct, and disciplined fire control.
Remain completely concealed, coordinate every movement carefully, and continue exhausting their defenses before attempting any decisive advance forward.
Shift supporting fire immediately, reinforce the threatened sector, and maintain complete communication across every defensive position without interruption.
Sustain pressure across the battlefield, preserve our assault strength, and deny every chance for organized reinforcement to arrive.
The opening phase has become a prolonged struggle, where discipline, endurance, and battlefield leadership determine which side can outlast the other. The hidden battlefield continues consuming both armies, where every exposed movement immediately draws accurate and disciplined enemy fire.
Advance only beneath coordinated covering fire, protect every assault element,
and preserve our strength for decisive opportunities ahead together.
Keep every position connected, maintain accurate supporting fire, and never allow the enemy to isolate any squad today.
Every passing minute increases the pressure on commanders forced to make critical decisions with incomplete battlefield information.
Neither army has gained the advantage, yet both continue fighting with unwavering determination as the battle grows increasingly destructive. Neither side controls the battlefield completely. Every hidden position becomes a temporary advantage before accurate return fire forces another movement.
Stay concealed beneath the jungle, coordinate every movement precisely, and deny the defenders any opportunity to recover their momentum.
Strengthen the entire line, protect every machine gun, and maintain continuous communication across the defensive perimeter immediately.
Continue exhausting their defenders patiently. Coordinate every assault sector, and maintain overwhelming battlefield pressure without unnecessary losses today.
Hours into the battle, determination rather than firepower has become the decisive weapon keeping both armies locked in relentless combat. The attackers continue rotating fresh riflemen into concealed positions, ensuring relentless pressure without sacrificing battlefield discipline. Shift your supporting fire carefully, preserve every assault squad, and keep their defenders reacting instead of organizing effectively.
Reinforce the western sector immediately, maintain overlapping fire, and prevent every enemy movement beyond the tree line today.
Every incoming report forces another difficult decision, stretching battlefield leadership to its absolute limits under relentless combat pressure.
The battle has become a prolonged struggle where leadership, endurance, and discipline matter more than overwhelming firepower alone.
Every exchange of fire consumes precious ammunition, while neither commander can clearly measure the true strength of the opposing force.
Protect every advancing rifle team, preserve your formation, and continue denying the defenders any opportunity to regroup effectively together.
Strengthen the center immediately, support every neighboring squad, and maintain accurate fire across the entire defensive perimeter now.
Continue coordinated pressure everywhere, preserve our combat strength, and stretch their defensive line beyond sustainable limits during battle.
The battle has entered a brutal contest of endurance, where disciplined leadership matters more than overwhelming firepower or numerical advantage.
Neither commander commits every available soldier. Both continue measuring the battlefield before risking a decisive assault.
Hold your discipline, protect every assault squad, and continue exhausting their defenses before committing additional combat strength today. Maintain every defensive sector together, conserve ammunition carefully, and deny every enemy attempt to weaken our perimeter today.
Every decision now carries enormous consequences, because reinforcements cannot arrive until the landing zone becomes temporarily secure once again.
Both armies remain locked in a relentless struggle where endurance, discipline, and battlefield leadership steadily outweigh every other advantage.
The battlefield grows increasingly unpredictable as every concealed firing position forces the defenders to divide their attention further.
Maintain perfect coordination, preserve every rifle squad, and continue forcing the defenders to react instead of planning ahead together.
Support every neighboring position immediately, maintain accurate fire, and prevent any breakthrough along the northern defensive line today.
Continue exhausting their defenses gradually, preserve combat effectiveness, and deny every opportunity for organized counteraction across the battlefield.
The battle shows no sign of slowing. Both armies continue committing skill, discipline, and determination in a relentless struggle for survival. Both armies now understand this battle will not be decided quickly. Every minute demands greater endurance and unwavering discipline.
Maintain every firing position carefully, protect the advancing squads, and never surrender the battlefield initiative under any circumstances today.
Reinforce the eastern sector immediately, maintain overlapping support, and hold every position regardless of enemy pressure ahead.
The command staff knows every delayed reinforcement increases the burden carried by soldiers already defending the fragile perimeter.
The struggle has become a contest of patience and determination, where neither commander is willing to surrender even the smallest tactical advantage.
Either commander has committed every available reserve. Both continue searching patiently for the decisive opportunity to change the battle.
Keep every squad concealed, protect each movement carefully, and continue stretching their defenses beyond effective battlefield coordination today.
Shift supporting fire immediately, reinforce every threatened sector, and maintain continuous communication across the entire defensive perimeter today.
Maintain coordinated battlefield pressure patiently, preserve combat strength, and deny every opportunity for organized reinforcement throughout this engagement.
Hour after hour, both armies continue fighting with remarkable determination, transforming this remote valley into one of history's defining battles. The defenders remain determined, yet every passing minute drains ammunition, strength, and precious opportunities to regain the initiative.
Continue advancing patiently beneath supporting fire, preserve every rifle squad, and maintain complete battlefield discipline throughout this operation.
Protect every neighboring squad, reinforce the northern sector, and maintain disciplined supporting fire across the entire perimeter immediately.
The command staff realizes that every successful defense depends upon disciplined leadership and precise coordination under relentless battlefield pressure. The battle has become an exhausting contest where endurance, discipline, and battlefield leadership outweigh every technological advantage either side possesses. Both commanders understand the battle has become a contest of endurance, where patience often proves more decisive than aggression.
Maintain your formation, conserve ammunition carefully, and continue applying coordinated pressure without revealing unnecessary positions to the defenders today.
Maintain overlapping support, reinforce every exposed sector, and prevent the enemy from exploiting any weakness along our defensive line.
Maintain battlefield pressure patiently, preserve every assault company, and continue exhausting their defensive organization before committing decisive reserves. The battle shows no sign of ending. Every passing hour tests leadership, discipline, and the determination of soldiers on both sides. The relentless exchange continues, but neither commander has yet revealed the full strength of the forces waiting beyond the battlefield.
Preserve every rifle squad, coordinate each movement carefully, and continue forcing the defenders to exhaust themselves before decisive action.
Hold every position together, reinforce the weakest sector, and never allow enemy pressure to break our defensive line. Every available reserve is carefully considered because each decision may determine whether the perimeter survives the next coordinated assault.
The struggle has evolved into a relentless battle of endurance, where discipline, leadership, and determination remain the only path to survival. Both armies remain locked in deadly equilibrium, where every advance is measured in meters and every mistake carries devastating consequences. Maintain absolute discipline, preserve every assault element, and continue tightening pressure until their defensive system begins weakening naturally together.
Protect every machine gun, reinforce neighboring squads, and maintain disciplined communication across the entire perimeter without interruption today.
Maintain coordinated battlefield pressure, preserve every reserve, and continue preventing organized reinforcement from reaching their isolated defenders successfully.
Neither commander has yielded the initiative. The battle continues as a relentless test of leadership, endurance, and disciplined battlefield coordination.
The battle has reached a brutal equilibrium, where neither army can advance without paying an increasingly terrible price.
Maintain every concealed position, preserve our assault strength, and continue exhausting their defenders through disciplined, coordinated battlefield pressure today. Hold every position firmly, reinforce the exposed sectors, and maintain disciplined supporting fire across our entire defensive perimeter. Every report confirms the same reality. Holding the perimeter now depends entirely upon disciplined leadership and coordinated resistance.
Neither commander can predict when the decisive moment will arrive, yet both continue shaping the battlefield with remarkable discipline and determination. Every passing minute drains ammunition, energy, and confidence, yet neither commander shows any intention of abandoning the battlefield. Maintain disciplined coordination, preserve every assault squad, and continue applying relentless battlefield pressure without unnecessary exposure to enemy fire.
Protect every neighboring position, reinforce the center immediately, and maintain disciplined supporting fire until reinforcements can safely arrive.
Continue coordinated pressure everywhere, preserve operational flexibility, and force their commanders into constant defensive decisions throughout this engagement. The struggle continues without a decisive breakthrough, proving that disciplined leadership and determined soldiers can endure even the harshest battlefield conditions.
The battle settles into a relentless cycle, where disciplined coordination matters more than speed or overwhelming firepower.
Protect every concealed movement, preserve combat effectiveness, and continue forcing the defenders to react instead of advancing confidently together.
Strengthen every threatened position immediately, maintain overlapping support, and hold the perimeter against continuous enemy pressure together.
The command staff faces increasingly difficult decisions, as every available resource must be carefully balanced against relentless enemy pressure.
The outcome remains uncertain, but both armies have already demonstrated extraordinary discipline, determination, and resilience under relentless battlefield conditions. Neither side has broken the other's resolve. The battle now depends upon endurance more than sudden battlefield success. Maintain absolute discipline,
Protect every advancing squad and continue applying coordinated pressure without unnecessary battlefield exposure today.
Maintain every defensive position together, reinforce the weakest sectors, and deny every opportunity for enemy infiltration across our line.
Every report confirms the defenders are still holding, but the margin between success and failure continues shrinking with every passing hour.
The first phase of the battle is nearing its conclusion, yet the struggle for landing zone X-ray remains far from decided.
Hours of relentless combat have exhausted both armies, yet neither commander shows any willingness to abandon the battlefield.
Maintain battlefield discipline, preserve every assault squad, and continue exhausting their defenders through carefully coordinated pressure across every sector.
Rotate the front line carefully, maintain every machine gun, and keep the defensive perimeter fully connected throughout this battle.
Leadership now depends upon making calm decisions despite incomplete information, constant pressure, and rapidly changing battlefield conditions. As daylight slowly changes across the valley, the Battle of Ia Drang continues demanding extraordinary courage from soldiers on both sides. The battlefield remains locked in a deadly balance, where neither army can force the other into retreat, despite relentless combat.
Maintain every concealed position, preserve battlefield discipline, and continue denying the defenders any opportunity to regain complete tactical control. Maintain every defensive position together, reinforce neighboring squads, and continue accurate supporting fire across the entire perimeter immediately.
Despite relentless pressure, disciplined leadership continues holding the defensive perimeter together against overwhelming battlefield uncertainty.
As the first day of fighting continues, both armies have already written one of the most remarkable chapters in modern military history.
The battlefield has reached complete exhaustion, yet both armies continue demonstrating extraordinary discipline under relentless combat conditions.
Maintain complete battlefield discipline, preserve every assault squad, and continue coordinated pressure until new operational orders are received together. Stay alert across every sector, conserve remaining ammunition, and prepare immediately for another coordinated enemy assault if necessary.
Commanders begin measuring the cost of survival, while preparing carefully for whatever the next hours may bring. The first stage of the Battle of Ia Drang ends without a decisive victor, leaving both armies determined to continue the fight. The temporary silence offers only moments to reorganize before both armies prepare for another inevitable confrontation.
Remain concealed, reorganize every assault company, and prepare immediately for the next coordinated phase of this battle together.
Request immediate reinforcement, additional ammunition, medical evacuation, and continuous air support before the enemy attacks again soon.
The battle is not finished. Reorganize every unit and prepare carefully for the next coordinated assault without delay.
The first day has reshaped both armies forever, yet the Battle of Ia Drang is only beginning. More fierce fighting still lies ahead. Every available minute is spent strengthening the perimeter, because everyone expects the enemy to return before darkness fully arrives.
Observe every defensive improvement carefully, report every change immediately, and reveal absolutely nothing about our concealed positions today.
Every platoon strengthens its assigned sector tonight. We hold this landing zone regardless of tomorrow's battlefield conditions.
Tonight we prepare carefully. Tomorrow we strike again before their growing confidence becomes an unbreakable defensive advantage.
The first day's fighting ends without a decisive victory. Both armies prepare for an even greater confrontation, waiting beyond the coming night. As daylight disappears, every soldier understands the coming night may prove even more dangerous than the battle already survived.
Remain completely silent tonight. Preserve your strength, and prepare every assault squad for tomorrow's coordinated offensive together. Hold every position through the night. Maintain radio discipline, and report every suspicious movement immediately without hesitation. Tomorrow we continue the battle patiently, exploiting every weakness, while preserving our disciplined fighting strength for victory ahead.
The first day ends, but the Battle of Ia Drang is far from over. Tomorrow, both armies will return to decide the fate of Landing Zone X-Ray.